All right, beautiful, beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
Another new episode of the Awakening Room. Of course, this is Mike.
And Trust.
And we have another guest today. Clap it up. Today we have Shermaine, also known as Sher, of the Reiki Spot.
Yes, of the Reiki Spot. Welcome.
Yes, welcome. Thank you.
Yes, we appreciate
Thank you all for having me. It's nice to be here.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes. So Sher, as we mentioned, is half of the Reiki Spot. If you know what a Reiki is, so you can kind of guess what they do. They help put you in alignment, cleanse your energy, connect you, etc., and more.
Mm-hmm.
So if
I can, just a minute. The truth is, we really hold the space for you to do the work on yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that's very important.
Yes.
We start saying that, so I am not the one doing it.
Right.
You are. I'm standing right beside you while you do it. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Hope y'all caught the clarity upon that.
Yeah.
So.
So when we speak on Reiki, like the way your process, right? Do you want to speak on your process? Like, what do you do first? How do you help them to calm? Like, what exactly do you do? What is the process?
Okay. All right. So having gone through learning myself, I'm only now able to speak because I'm at this stage, but it's like I said before, basically holding this energetic space for another person to release whatever it is that they may be going through at this time, which may manifest itself as blockages or sometimes physical illnesses, right? We hold the space for them to release what they need to, which would then translate in an alleviation of those physical symptoms, right? So, for example, I don't know, stress from, let's say, childhood, stress from a situation that may have happened to them earlier in the day. So it's different forms. Sometimes we do what we call talk therapy, where they utilize the throat center to release, and that in turn helps. Or we do an energetic scan and use sound frequency. So we play the bowls or tuning forks. This is distance and in person, right?
Yeah.
We utilize physical tools to help. So talk therapy, attunement through frequency, and what else we do physically now? I guess that would be this is where we are at now, right? We're attuning through sound still. So that's what we do. So even talking carries a sound. So the person who's doing the talk therapy, it's still frequency because they're releasing through sound. So this is why I say we are just holding the space, but you are doing it because you are choosing to trust us, which we don't take that for granted, to release through talking, or choosing to trust us to hold the space to release through attuning.
Yes. And I think that's an important thing, because for some people, they think when they get, for one, people ask for Reiki. And I'll speak on experience that I've had. Is a relative, once we explained it, my sister, she wanted some Reiki done, right? But at the same time, it's not something that you can do to somebody to wash all the worries and troubles away.
Yes,
like you said, you have to do the work. You have to be willing and open for that. Yes. And it's just like, oh, I really want this, but like, do you really want it? Because in order, like, for some people's situation, it's like there's certain things you have to change. There's certain things you have to stop doing in order to have an energetic alignment. Yes. Energetic alignment to even receive that information, to receive that energy healing. And some people are not willing to do that. They just think like, oh, just come do this for me and it'll fix me. Like, no, you have to fix yourself.
Right. that, and then to be, I don't know if I should say fair, but like looking on the other side, it that could be part of their journey too. You know,
exactly.
What is this? Let me find out. Then you find out it works because you resonate, and then you associate. Let's use myself for example. You associate me then with every time you're going through something, I help you. And though I may volunteer to be the physical representation of help, the journey is for you to realize that you can do this.
Yes.
So if it takes like 10 sessions or they keep coming until the clarity comes where they're like, wait a minute, I can do this. Right, so that's where it's kind of tricky there too. We have to be careful because we don't want to enable, but at the same time we want to hold on long enough for them to see.
Yeah,
exactly.
But how do we even determine when to say, all right, let's not do this anymore, or let's continue?
Yeah, that's where our own discernment will come into play.
I was just gonna say, there you go. It's we don't want to enable, but I use because it's both sides. I don't want to enable, but sometimes in enabling it helps.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
It's like I want you to see, so I'll be here, but I end up enabling. But I'm like, okay, she'll see or he'll see. Let's wait. But discernment is like, okay, this is becoming addictive for them. They are putting me above themselves, and I can't do that. Right.
Yes, absolutely.
And then there's also stigma too associated with even what Reiki is. So we cannot see energy; it's something we feel. So that's a belief system too. Are you resonating with the fact that even though you can't see, hear, feel a thing in your physical, where you are you trusting that it's still working?
That the work is still being done, exactly.
Yeah. And in that, even in believing that you helps your discernment, helps your mind as well to know that there's more out there than what we think.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you're believing in this energetic modality, you believe in something, and then comes the opening up the brain of the why this and the journey.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I'll be here all week, folks.
All right. So, one of the things that you mentioned about, being a facilitator of Reiki is helping people to release. So I'm going to use that word release as a segue into when I'm pretty sure we all have our own experiences with this. You've had client experiences with this. One of the biggest things that require release is grief.
Yes. And not only have I seen it in my practice, I have also experienced this. So it's both sides for me. It is one of the challenging lessons here.
Yes.
Because it's so layered, and it doesn't go in what we perceive to be a structured order. So you have the stages, but it doesn't flow the way they're listed. You might be at number 5 today, number 2 tomorrow, number 1 the next day, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So, it's being that you mentioned the stages, it had literally popped into my mind too. It's like, we know that some doctor or researcher or somebody came up with a list that says, okay, these are the stages you're going to experience when you're going through grief. You're going to have this, you're going to have that. And people have really grabbed hold of that and have been like, okay, yes, this is what it is. Everybody seems to collectively agree. Yes, yay, this is right. But like you said, it is not a clean line, a clean list like that.
That thing just floods. It can just flood at times, and that's what makes it harder, because you can't grasp the concept of like why is it coming so hard? Why does it feel like this at this moment? So
that is why grief itself causes so many of us to remember who we are. Like you literally cannot do that physical jerk in your heart, whether it's you got the news of somebody passing, or if it's a breakup, if it's your pet died, your friendship, that initial heart sinking feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's how you choose to heal or work on it that determines whether you remember or you stay in that loop of why me. And that in itself is tricky too, because I see the both sides. If you don't remember who you are, you will say why me. So I get that, you know. But yeah, grief is it's so many different types, like I was saying, from the physical loss of someone, even the loss of a job, the loss of your pet, the loss of a child, miscarriages and that kind of thing. That's what I'm saying. It's so vast and there's so many layers. But at its core, it's the same hurt. So now somebody who lost their dog will feel the same way as somebody who you had a friendship for 5 years or 20 years and it's no more. You still have that connection with someone and they're no longer there for whatever reason. So that hurt is the common thing in each case I've found. Right? Even going through it myself, I have gone through the different types. Like I've lost a friend physically or the friendship itself. I've lost a pet. I've lost my partner, so that's even a loved one. Right? I was part of a blended family and I lost my daughter. So even though she's still physically here, she's not where I am now. So that's a different. So it's grief when the person is not physically here, and they have grief when they're still here.
Yeah.
So when they're not here, you can tell yourself, okay, eventually, it's not there. But when the person is there in your mind, you're like, you cannot have them the way you did, or you cannot experience them the way. It's harder to move through those cycles.
Yeah. Like for me, there was a time where like, because when I grew up, my papa wasn't around, right? He was there, but he wasn't there. You understand? And then when he had got sick, right? He wanted to come around, I guess, to connect, whatever it was. But after it found out that he was sick, and that's what the reason was. So he wanted to come, basically apologize for everything. And I was just like, okay, cool. And it was crazy because at the time I was playing baseball and I actually was leaving to go to the field because we had a championship game. And just so happens as I'm leaving my building, my pops just happened to be around and he seen me. So, he gave me a ride to the baseball field, spoke to my coach. And again, just so happens, it was a championship game. So although he was never around for any of that, he actually was there for that moment of time. Right. He didn't see the game because from there we had to drive out to Queens and, do everything. We won a championship, but at least he was around for that, and even still then, if anybody's listening that knows anything about baseball, Willie Randolph is, he's like a Hall of Famer and he's my cousin. And my pop was telling my coach that, Willie Randolph is relative and, we're going to have him talk to him and, all of these other things. I didn't continue to play baseball, but, he was talking and I didn't know these things, until then. So even though my pop wasn't there, he was there for those moments. So anyway, what I go to, of course, my pop passed. And then, okay, let me see.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, her father, when he passed, it actually hit me harder than I thought it would, right? After the fact, I realized that her father was like the father that I needed, or of sorts. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
His qualities and the way he went about it, and I'm just like, wow, I actually needed that, and I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So even after he transitioned, I noticed certain things about me. Like I used to meditate all the time. There's times where I would meditate, like you can ask her. I would meditate like 4 times a day, and they were at least an hour. But I noticed that after he transitioned, I couldn't stay steady. You know, like certain things was off a bit, and I'm like, I don't understand why. Like, why? You know, and of course through messages and things, it's like the bond was more than what we thought it was. You know, and you know, in the beginnings there was some friction between us. You know, but towards the end, like we actually got pretty damn close. You know, and then in hindsight, I sit and think about it. I was like, wow, the qualities is like these are things that I I wanted somebody to show me, or you know, to bring me towards. So again, the grief comes in different waves and different forms. You really don't understand or know how it hits you when it does. You know. So
right, we try to organize it into something tangible like the stages and stuff, something to help our brain remain present, so we don't like dissociate from sometimes how shocking it is, right? But then we still have to feel, and then in feeling, that's when you realize it's so many different layers. Then you go, these categories are not enough.
Right.
Yes, we use them because it helps, but it doesn't scratch the surface of what grief is.
Exactly.
And see, right now you have experience because just that isn't physically here at the time, right? Telling the story. So it's like he's not here, you're feeling that way. But even though your dad wasn't there, there are certain moments in your life where he was. And like I said, choosing to hold on to these moments and be like, all right, he wasn't there, but when he was this, he made me feel this, right? How we use it to help us to be a better person, as opposed to you were not there and this is why I am the way I am.
Yes. It's the layers go so deep, and being that you mentioned it, you can experience multiple types of grief at the same time. And it is so, when you think about it, it's like, man, like you could just say hypothetically, you could have a loved one could have transitioned, and then your best friend decided to break up with you friendship wise, and then
or not even show up at the funeral.
And not even show
Maybe
up.
Maybe they promised to. So that's another picture, right? That's grief. Like, oh my gosh, I needed you, and
you need that extra support, and it's not there.
And it's not there. And then you could have also been laid off at work at the same time. Now, just imagine.
How are we gonna pay for the funeral?
It's so much. It's a lot.
And even in my case, now my partner transitioning a year now, right? We are a blended family. So even going forward, there is guilt I carry. I'm here. So it's the guilt of me being here. You are not to see these moments. But it's also the anger is like, I'm here and you are not. So I go through that. Like, this is happening because you are not here. I feel that, but I don't sit in it, because I also feel the other side of this is happening because you are not here. So you could be there to help this happen.
Yes.
And I had to go through that I had to feel both sides and be like, what are you gonna choose?
Right. You sit somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
Sit somewhere in the middle.
I'm currently, this is why I said, let's do this. What episode number is this?
6. This is 6.
Dang it, I missed the 5.
This is 6.
Okay. Right. So this is the internal what's the best word to use in English? I don't want to say conflict. I don't want to say noise. I don't even want to say struggle, but for want of a better word, the internal...
Just internal work. The internal work. It's part of the internal work.
Yes. What are you going to choose? Because you're upset. But in you releasing your anger in a moment of clarity, you're like, wait a minute. You see the bigger picture from where you are. Yeah. That's okay. But then tomorrow, we're still humans. We're having a human experience. Something happens where, all right, say, for instance, he likes the way his dad tied his shoes, right? I don't know how to tie it the way he does. You know, like, I'm doing the best I can, but he's like, I like the way he did it. Like, okay, you're going to compare me to somebody that's not even here? That's not fair, bro.
Yeah.
You know? For example, so it's the fighting yourself, competing with, if you allow yourself to, the expectations of because they have the luxury, quote unquote, of not being here. So there's an expectation being placed on them. They're not around to be like for you to truly know if they would have been that way or not.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we project this because it helps us.
Yes.
This is true.
We don't know. They could very well not do all the things you are saying they would have done
right
while they're here. Are you open for a minute to the suggestion that from a higher perspective, for those of us who connect like that, they are stepping over to assist you.
Right.
Right? And I'm not just saying this just for saying it. I was at the point, I felt this, don't tell me foolishness. This cannot be. They're gone. Where to do what? How does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I have felt that. Mm-hmm. And then coming to where I am now, which is the only reason I'm able to speak from this point. And tomorrow I may watch a commercial that reminds me of him, and I go right back to why.
Yeah.
And it's even more because, let's say, because we like to judge. I don't know why, but say we have the awareness, we know what comes with grief and why we set it up. We know why we're doing this. But you're also human. Mm-hmm. So don't be like, I will not feel sad because I know you left because you no. You are sad.
Yes.
Because the person is not, that is okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're sad because the bird you had for 15 years has passed away. It is just as valid.
Yes.
As if a physical. But it is just how they connect.
Exactly.
They may have a deeper connection to an animal than a human being. That doesn't negate their grief, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad that you touched upon that because one of my questions to you was going to be, do you feel like having, as we call it, a remembrance, spiritual awareness in this type of nature helps with making the grief easier? And I will say from my own experience, it's very interesting to me because when my father transitioned, I felt like, yes, it helped. I was like, okay, I was there at his bedside as he was transitioning, and I got to speak to him and tell him it's okay, like go ahead, and all of that nice stuff. Yeah. But then when my mom transitioned, it kind of changed. So here's an example of, I felt like, well, yes, this awareness helps me. I'm okay. Even though, of course, I still have my moments of crying and being upset and missing him and all of that comes with it. But then when my mom transitioned, it was like, I was pissed. I was like no, this don't make sense.
Because see, that's where the thing with the grief. Where do we start off at? Do we start off at sadness or rage? Because that is a valid thing.
Yes.
This is why there's no order.
Yes.
She's like, oh my gosh, deep sorrow, deep sadness. Or, what are you saying to me right now?
Right.
What is my life? Dead? What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm here to do the work. And this is not part of the mission. It's supposed to be fairy tales and roses, sunshine and flowers all the time. Grief? You mean die?
Right.
Or, okay, you're going to die. It's going to be okay because I know you got to go over there and help me. No, but if you are having that human experience, you are going to feel it.
Yeah.
And I can speak to that because, like I said, my papa wasn't around. He came for a little bit once he got sick. But, with the chemo and everything, he got really weak and, things of that nature. So actually, when it got to the time of the service, I actually didn't realize how upset I was. And it's weird because after the service, right? That's when my mom came and she was like, she was crying and stuff. Like everybody started crying, and just like it's not to have a disrespect that my pop wasn't there, but and that's why they weren't crying, but they were more upset on how my response was. And I'm like, what do you mean? I was okay. But after the fact, I thought about it, and I remember the pastor coming and talking to me, because I do remember I was sitting there and just looking at the casket. And I do remember my arms being folded. I was slouched and stuff like that. And that's all I can remember. But then I remember the pastor coming talking to me and then looking back and then seeing my mom, my cousins and everybody. And I'm just like, oh. And then, my mom was like, why were you acting like so? And I'm like, what are you talking about? They was like, you took it hard. And, I didn't think so. But I do remember in my mind thinking like, yo, how he never there? But then when he comes around, then he leave again. Like what type of time you on? You know?
Yeah.
And then that's when it hit me that, oh, I actually wanted my pop around the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that until
So
after he passed.
Was happening in real time.
And
it's very intense.
And then
very
even
intense.
still now, when my pop passed,
yeah.
I want to say sophomore, junior year of high school. So what's that? 16, 15, 16, something like that. Even after the awareness, it was some time where I still would struggle with that. And in my mind, it was like, wow, like this is something that I actually cared about. Like even still after everything, and I'm like knowing more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do I still feel like this? You know what I mean? So, and it took a couple sessions, let's call it. It took a couple sessions and some talking, and I was just like, okay, like I get it. I get it. I get it. And even so much so to bring everything full circle, after her dad transitioned, I remember having a dream. And he came to me in a dream. But he would come to me often. And he took me somewhere and then he just walked off. And I'm just like, where you going? So I go in the room and then I see my pop. He was sitting at a table reading a book. And I looked at him. He had glasses on. He never wore glasses, but he had glasses on. He's kind of like just looked at me and I'm looking at him. And I'm like, Pop? You know, he didn't really say no. He just looked at me and I'm just like, huh. And when I actually gathered the information, it was like her pop was like, he reached out to him for us to communicate. And I was just like, I appreciate that. Like even after the fact, I still grasp it. Yeah. And it was like, even after his transition, he's still showing things to me. And I'm like, wow, like that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was just going to ask you that because I've experienced that. Do you find that you are learning him and loving him in a different way now? I don't know if you have that connection where he may come through with signs, but in my case...
You saying for my pop?
Yeah. Or even with Trust's dad, anybody who has passed away physically that has come to you, do you find that you like view them in a... Say your aunt then that maybe here, she was always like, why you look like that? But she's not here, but you know, you may have encounters with her where she may come as a butterfly or something now, showing you signs. So you're seeing a different side of the person who had passed. So
for her dad, it's like he shows me... I've learned a lot from him after the transition. Like he showed, I feel like I've learned more character. I've learned more of how, I guess, to be a father, right? To be a better parent. How to be just a better man all in all. It's like certain things that I guess I wanted somebody to show me. I seen it with him. And it's crazy because it's after the fact. Now when I see my pop, I can sense the I guess disappointment, so to say. And the disappointment for him, you know, I don't know if disappointment is the right word, but it's like it feels bad that he wasn't there like he should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yes.
So it is just like, and you know, even still, it's like whenever I do something, you know, like for the twins or whatever the case is, or even when I struggle with, you know, having challenges and I get through it as a parent, I tell myself, I'll be like, you know what? Don't worry, Pop, I'm doing it for both of us. Like, this is for both of us. You didn't show it to me, I'm showing it to mine, and this is our credit. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. Because even, truthfully, my pop wasn't around for a lot of us. And just being real. But at the same time...
Can be, okay?
Yeah, no, but I say that because... No, I say that because, you know, when you don't have a parent when you have a parent that's not around, typically people get upset about it. Yes, we all have moments where we were upset, but it's at the time where I respect it, you know? I'm okay.
Yeah,
yes, there's times where
you are also a parent now, and we have real life stuff going on, and whole humans that are depending on us. So the life choices we make are also dependent on how we choose to move forward based on what happened to us.
And then I like I said,
I'm telling you,
it does. But you know, and I tell my pop still, I was like, yo, pop, I love you. I'm cool. Like it's all good. It's no worries. It's no worries. Whatever level I can bring, right? It's for both of us. So even though she was transition, this credit goes for both of us. Yeah. I'm sharing this with you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So and for his soul's growth as well.
That it had to be you too. Be open to that.
Yeah. So you know,
this would have been you. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had to be like this for it to be you, because they know it would have been you. You would have been the one.
Yeah.
To do this. The way it plays out, I get it. It's so chaotic. It's so like, what is this? But it's set up that way. We have to go in the trenches and remember, and then be like, oh, okay. Yeah. Not be tainted by, the experience. But we, be better for it then.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has to be you. But like I'm saying, I'm only able to speak about this now because of the choices I made. It's very easy for me to be like, woe is me. Yeah. Okay? Like I'm starting over at almost 40. We were together for 20 years. Like I'm starting over everything,
Yeah.
So I could start on that end, or I could choose to stay in that. I don't want to do anything because I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, and then that, like you said, and that comes with it as well. It's like how to get your footing back, Right. How to get that footing back. Knowing how you can move forward, but to actually take the steps. That's the hard part. Yeah. That's the hard part. You know what to do, but the way you feel and everything, that's what make it. It's like you got cinder blocks on your foot, and it's just like, look, just put one foot in front of the other, just one foot. Okay, now put the other foot. But
it's the unknown, like exactly. What does that first footstep feel like?
And it feels heavy. And it feels heavy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We do our best.
Yeah.
And the key we do our best.
Because I say that all the time. Every day I have my job. We do our best.
We do, and we give ourselves grace, and that's like part of it. But one of the biggest things is, like you said, you have to feel it. You have to acknowledge it and feel it. You can't just ignore it.
Other way.
You can't ignore it.
You can know, but for how long? It wears off. It comes back. More intense, because the higher you go, the lower you fall.
Yes,
this is
when
true.
You come down, it's still there waiting on you.
This is true.
Right, so you go higher and then you come back lower. But if you're not present in your body to feel it, it's still gonna be there.
Yeah, and and just know.
And then for the grief for relationships, right? Like for those of us who have experienced our partners transitioning. Maybe this might be something else, but just put it out there, so I remember. If it's a future episode, the moving on in terms of if you choose to have another relationship, how that dynamic looks like. No one knows, because we don't, just like parenting, there's no manual for grief. You hear me?
Yeah.
And we all go through this, and nobody's like, okay, let's write a book. They put it in books, but do we even read? We're not passing it down because, to be fair, it is different in each case.
It is.
But how does the moving on? How does that look? Especially if there are kids involved, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Are we moving on to escape, or you have to sit and feel this grief before you even think about bringing somebody else in?
Yeah, because you risk projection at that point. Like, you bring somebody else in before you have fully processed your grief and gotten to the space where you know for a fact that you're good, that you start trying to shape that person into
don't want that.
your partner.
Yeah, girl. There we go. Yeah, that's that loop.
Yeah, so you have to.
So it's very important.
Yeah.
Very. A lot of us as women, because of the conditioning how we grew up what we chose to believe. We associate having some male in our life, like we need that. No matter the male, basically a man just needs to be there. And with something as sensitive as grief, it's it's tricky. You have to go through it. And grief itself, as you said, it's not, you don't get over it, you just transmute easier. It just gets easier.
Yes.
So instead of when you think of them, you cry out of sadness, if the tears will come, it's joy. Like, okay, I got to experience you. And I'm grateful.
Yeah.
So you don't. There's no manual. We're doing our best. And it's important to share, I'm learning because I'm learning to communicate this way. I'm more like in person type of communication. So like if you visit me or I visit you, if we're together in person, I enjoy talking that way, but we have to adapt to the times. So we have platforms where we discuss stuff. So sharing. Yeah. And that in itself takes courage. So anybody else who has also shared their grief story, when you post in the comments, if you want to, please do. We'd like to hear how you navigate this. It helps because people know that they're not alone. Exactly. No one is talking. Everybody feels like it's just unique to them. And so they don't talk as it's like, it's just me. I don't want to be a bother. No, it's not just you. Right.
Yes, that's 100% agreed. And thank you for the call outs to our listeners to comment.
I got you, girl.
Turns to a commercial break.
I don't know about social media, but I will plug you.
Yes, thank you. Much appreciated.
Engage with us. Yes.
Like, share, subscribe.
In the comment section.
Right.
Yes. Man.
Thank you guys for doing this though.
No,
absolutely.
No problem.
It's not just for just opening up the space for more authentic conversations. So we don't have to be like in a suit, jacket, tie. Yeah. We could just chill and let it be. Vibes flow.
Exactly. Yeah. Just letting it flow.
Just let it be.
I did want to kind of wrap around back to some of the examples shared, especially like Mike talking about his father not being there, but now come to today, present time, how he shows that love and unconditional love. Here we go. Right. So that thing right there. Unconditional love.
I'm telling you, girl. I went to that class and I was like, this is what we doing in here? Yes. Oh,
that class.
Grief wasn't enough, right? No.
Listen, I feel like unconditional love is an advanced class that you sign up for.
Where's the class?
It's crazy because people say
that class straight into the ascended masters.
Right, exactly.
It's crazy because it seems like a phrase that people use, and it's just like, it's it's not that deep until you actually have to experience, or you actually, when you can get there to experience, it's just like,
yeah,
okay, you just keep saying okay.
Like grief.
It's deep.
It plays out in many different ways. You definitely need awareness for that.
A lot of patience.
Oh, a whole lot of patience.
A lot of patience.
It's that thing, because that word unconditional means absolutely, positively no conditions.
Let's start there.
People not ready for that.
No, then that's why I say it's different. That's deep.
People are not ready. They're like, unconditional love, yay, until.
Right? Like you said, what? Yo, get out of my face.
Yes.
Get out of my face.
Right.
And then to still show that love, the patience, and everything else to go along with it, the support, everything. Because at the end, we need support.
We do.
We need the love. We need the support.
But as somebody who is on the opposite side of that would say, how can you love and support someone who just did this very bad thing to your loved one? Yeah. How can you love them?
But that's the condition they putting on you. Mm-hmm. And you just said it's love without conditions. So why are you even asking me that? You should already know. Right? I mean, I'm saying that to the person.
Yeah. No, I got you.
I got immersed there. Like, back up off me. Mm-hmm. So it plays out in many different ways. So a mother and her child. Mm-hmm. Let's say the mother determines the child's worth based on how she performs in school. Mm-hmm. So every time she comes home and she gets a good report, she hears her mom on the phone to her friend saying, "Oh my gosh, Tracy went to school and she got..." and she feels how that makes her mom feel too. So then she associates her worth with that. When she's young, it's the grades. When she gets to be a teenager, if a guy likes her and he wants her to look this way, of course, she already has that going from her mom. Mm-hmm. So there's a condition. I like you if you do your hair blue. I like you if you wear shorts. Yeah. Or if you wear skirts. You used to love skirts, but because you meet him now and he only wants shorts, you throw skirts away. Yeah. Right? Then it goes, right, so the cycle continues. Because there's going to come a point where you're going to start resenting whoever it is, whether it was your mom or if you went on in the cycle and it trickled over into a relationship, whether intimate or friendships too, because you can be part of a friend group and they have conditions, right? So it's a lot. So that's the mother and the child. So until a situation happens, right? Whether she's younger then and she doesn't get the 100%. Let's say she gets 99 and she sees how her mom behaves. Yeah. She said, "Okay, no, bad. Yeah. I can't do that." Or if I get a grade, let me not take it home. Right. Let me hide. So you hide your grades as a child, but when you get older, it leads to other sneaky stuff, like it leads to addiction and other stuff like that. Yeah. Because you are masking what you truly feel. Yeah. Right? So that could be until you choose to do the work, and then we start to unravel and realize that what we thought was love wasn't. Yeah. There shouldn't be a label attached. It shouldn't be provisions attached. It should be loving you as you are. Right? Whether you call that quote unquote broken state, your healing state, or your healed. And I use the term heal loosely because we're always learning. Right. It's ongoing, right? Loving you at whatever stage you are. Right. So I don't always have to show up like this to receive your love. Right. I should be able to be broken one day and still come to you. And you help me and not use that against me, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Right. So the unconditional goes into even betrayal in whether the relationship is intimate or not. You trusted someone, they betrayed that trust. How do you go through all those emotions that come with being betrayed, but then come full circle to be like, I thank you for teaching me all of that. Right? And the unconditional love doesn't mean that you have to go back to the person either. Right.
That's true.
You can learn the lesson, love them, and be grateful for them for teaching you, but you don't have to go forward with them.
This is true.
Most people, again, they put the condition, they have to be like, if we're good, we have to be like physically, like I have to be at your side. Right. You are part of my life. You taught me something. I learned and I'm ready to move on. I still love you though.
Right.
I can't take you where I'm going.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. Right?
So it's multi-layered, I would say, just like grief. It's right up there with the grief, and there's no manual for that either.
No. Yeah. No manuals. No. I mean, if there was a manual, I feel like a lot of people would burn it.
What?
Because it's just thinking.
And that still comes back to the unconditional love journey takes us back to ourselves, though. Because when after you finish blaming the external, when you go internal,
yep,
and start to do that, you love yourself more if you choose to, and then you reflect that on the outside.
Exactly.
But
so that unconditional love doesn't have to be tied to someone else either. It can be the love you have with yourself.
I was just gonna say that a lot of people don't realize you need that unconditional love for yourself.
Right, that's the condition again. They feel it has to be tied to someone or something.
No. And unconditionally loving yourself is part of it can be just acknowledging the fact that you know that you are always learning and healing, as you said, and being okay with that and not putting the pressure on yourself.
Yeah. You know me. You know, come on. We heard you. You have to be like, what is this, bro? And don't take it out either.
Okay. No, we're going to keep it there. We're going to keep it there.
Yeah, no, you are so right. And I've experienced that as well. How my lesson played out. It's like a Netflix series, but needing that awareness, that willingness to be broken open, that willingness to surrender, that willingness to take accountability for your own role in your journey as well. Oh, yeah. Yes, they did that, but you arranged that. You said, teach me it, but we have no control
of how
it's going to play out because we both don't remember. Right? But it's you now, having remembered, having gone through it, needing to come to that point where you're like, oh, yes, this. And thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like collectively, humanity, we have a lot of learning and growing to do in the realm of conditional love.
A lot.
Yeah. Because I see that side too, because it comes with the structure. We're used to organization routine.
Yes.
So love me this way, that way. It makes it easier for me.
Yes.
And if you don't love me this way, that way, then that's not love.
You just said that and it kind of clicked to me, this whole love languages thing.
Yeah, we're going up.
So
you want to go.
You just said that and made me think about it like, love me this way. This is how I want to be loved. This is my love language. And people have gravitated to that so heavily.
Condition.
Yes, it's all conditional. If you're not giving me gifts, if you're not giving me words of affirmation, if you're not yada 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 yada.
The crazy.
I suggest you practice these things on yourself. Right? If we're gonna do love languages, it's whatever we resonate with. Hey, I have no dog in this fight. I get it. But can we, the things that we're requiring of someone else, can we try that with ourselves? Can we affirm ourselves?
Yeah.
Can we acts of service ourselves? Yeah. That kind of thing. See how it feels first.
Yeah.
One, so you know if you like it or not, if you resonate with it, and you know if it's being reflected back to you in the way you want it to, because you have done it yourself and you know what it feels like.
Makes sense. No, that makes sense. Everything makes sense.
Yeah. So. Yeah. But some people resonate with that, sis. It's okay. Yeah. But if that's the path they choose, do it like that. Can you do it like that and see what it feels like? Because it'll just take them back to it's whatever.
It's the loop.
Maybe different paths. One way home. We're all going to the same place. It's okay.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, but I'm not knocking it like that. It just made me, it clicked when you said that. It's like,
I know, I get it. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense, because even when I first, some years ago when I first heard about it, I was just like, what does this mean? Like, what are you talking about a love language? Like, what are you talking about?
To me too in the beginning. I was, but it's just, again, it's the structure.
Structure, yeah.
And we are used to the conditions that are applied to what we believe love to be. And so it's easy for them to say, oh, I like this, I like that label, I like that condition.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, but that's why I like what you said, because I feel like a lot of people don't love on themselves enough, or don't love themselves. And that's why they look for other people to do it for them. So that's why I was agreeing with everything you said. I agree 100%.
And in looking now, we're never truly fulfilled, bro, because we don't know what it feels like. So we get a touch of what because it makes us feel good. But if we do the work, we realize, wait a minute, no, that wasn't even, I wouldn't even do that to me. You know? But you have to do it with yourself first.
This is true.
But I see both sides, the condition. We grew up like that.
You're caught in the wheel.
The movies, the songs that say, oh, the man on the white horse is coming to save you, you're a princess, that kind of thing. And that is beautiful, but
it's not always going to be that way.
You're a princess first. Then you attract your knight in shining armor.
Yeah.
Right? That's kind of how that works.
Yeah, and even with that, you can attract your knight in shining armor, but realize it's not always going to be that way 24/7.
Yeah.
And when the moments when it's not that way, unconditional love. Okay, that's all right that it's not that way right now.
And here's some tea for you. The prince may very well be a frog. You gotta get Are you gonna kiss the frog?
Are you gonna kiss that frog? He's a frog right now.
Unconditional love. What do you mean? What's the condition? He has to be a frog? You didn't say that. That frog will love you with his whole soul.
Right?
And you don't want to be with him because he's a frog? Come on. You missed your blessing because you didn't want to kiss him.
I've seen that happen with
people. There we go. We gotta do it again.
I've seen that happen with people.
Yes. Nitpick at one little thing.
Everything else could be amazing, but they got this one thing going. I don't like that. I don't think I could deal with that. Yo, you bugging. You're bugging. You're bugging.
But I like to go deep, right? What if that one thing you don't like about that person?
It's the one.
It's in you.
Yes. It's the one thing that's really about yourself that you're insecure about. Yeah.
When you're talking about there's something wrong with him, it's you.
It's you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, I can only make these jokes now because I've
been through it.
I was in the trenches.
Yeah. But at least, it's a good thing when you can recognize it, though.
Yeah.
Because when you can recognize it, like we go again, you pour that love into you. You say, it's okay. I didn't know it then. I know it now. So let me address it now.
And I genuinely didn't know it.
Yeah.
And it followed me through my relationships. I was just used to, okay, do this and everybody will be happy. You don't know about people pleasing and all of that.
Yeah.
Not having your boundaries and all of that until something happens that you have to sit down and search yourself.
And that can be hard. I know for me, certain things I look back on and like I was telling her not too long ago, it's like randomly sometimes I'll just sit and think about things and I would literally like cover my face and like, I don't believe I did that. Like, I don't believe I said that. Like, and I actually like in the present, I will feel embarrassed. It's like, what was I thinking? Like, what? And like I said, even in the present, it's like, it's okay. It's okay. That's old. That's old.
And we're still learning.
Yes.
We're talking about other stuff, but I mean, it's whatever you choose, you're still gonna learn.
The learning don't stop.
You're still learning.
The learning does not stop.
Nope. That's why we always remain in the student-teacher cycle.
Yes.
So I learned something today, I talk about it tomorrow. That's how we learn.
Yeah.
Somebody else experiences something, they share, I learn.
Right.
As long as you stay open to that.
It's a give and take.
It is a give and take.
Yeah. And sitting here saying all of these things, wishing everybody was in alignment with certain. But
they have to be in. They have to do the work to get there.
Yes, and I was going to be my next point. Like none of us have it all together.
No.
Sometimes you sit down and you look at a person, or you experience something, and for a moment you be like, "Yeah, I don't like you. I want to deal with you." Yeah, no. But then, yes, once the moment of anger and frustration, disappointment, resentment, all of that passes, then you come back around, like you said, okay, what was I learning here?
Yeah.
What did I need to do? Unconditional love.
We don't stay in that long enough in, oh my gosh, I don't want to say community, but oh my gosh, the label. So we don't stay in you have to go through the trenches. We make it out to be everything is airy, flowy, light.
Yeah.
And many persons latch on to that because their own lives may be a bit heavy and hectic. And when that expectation is not the reality, it sends them even deeper.
Yeah.
So you have to observe those thoughts.
Yes,
you have to feel them. It's okay to want to smack somebody. Oh, let's fight.
Let's
tell
fight.
you, I'm going through this right now. You hear me? We got off here, and I'm throwing hands in my mind.
Catch these hands.
After this, yes. Right? And that's okay. Because the awareness allows you to just let it move through.
Move through it.
Yeah, we don't act on it because it doesn't control us in that moment.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm pissed off at you, I could tell you all type of things, and I may, keep going. I may. Sometimes you engage.
Yeah.
Right. Because you have the awareness. You know how far to go.
Yeah.
Even when you're engaging.
Mm-hmm.
You know what may trigger the person off. You already know. You're aware.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you can decide, okay, a little razzle-dazzle. Okay, let's engage. Or you'll be like, no, definitely, I just came from here. I don't want to go back there.
Right.
So let's just observe it and move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't stay in that part long enough. I think that comes with authenticity too.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we go through the stuff offline, but we don't come back and tell. No, we don't have to do it all the way, but we don't come back and be like, y'all, I was in the trenches, but I'm okay now.
Yeah.
This is true.
Like, okay. So when persons watch, they're like, what? They don't ever go through anything?
Right.
Everybody goes through it. Everybody goes through it.
I think that's, listen, the big one, don't assume just because you didn't see it, somebody didn't go through something.
Right. That is true as well.
We all go through things.
Assumption is the first step to being wrong.
Yeah, okay.
Don't do it. So, unconditional love. People, please, in the comments, let us know, do you embrace that? Do you embrace unconditional love? Are you ready for that?
If we're really, I was just going to say, if we're really ready for the conversation itself and what that really looks like. Mm-hmm. It's not going to look like the way you may have an expectation for it to look like. That's why we don't enter it with expectations.
You can't.
Right? So, but yeah, it's layered. But let us know, as Trust and Mike said, let us know. Okay? Yeah. Take it away, guys.
Yeah. Anything else you want to get to? I think these are some really good topics, though. Truthfully,
I was just about to say that.
Yeah,
these are really good topics.
In the comments, I promise you. You know I love to troll.
Yeah.
You know my ass be cashing checks. How do you say like you can't cash? Whatever. I just got here. That phrase, like
write a check you can't cash.
Like, I'm like, are you sure? So yeah, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. But after the day I had that, they were like, okay, we're doing it right now. So of course,
let's go.
Let's do it.
Right, let's get it.
Yeah, so it's and yeah, thank you for having me. This helps me as well. We hope to reach the souls we intend to.
Yes,
guys, we're here, and listen to us, listen to our voice. Right? Remember who you are, and let's just start doing the work, right?
Yes, got to do the work.
Yeah, there are resources out there. If you need help,
plug yourself.
If we don't,
yeah,
go ahead.
If we don't know it ourselves, we could point you in the direction of resources we have also used and have benefited from, right? Because you said earlier, we do Reiki to Reiki Spot. I also create candles.
Yes.
Intentionally or not. I mean, that's for...
It's always
intentional.
It's a whole different thing, but hold on. Hold on, okay? So if you're needing something at particular stage in your journey, right? We can curate candles for that, right? And if you just need something, just a neutral, feel good, calming energy in your home, we have general candles for that. And we have candles that you like if you set up something specific on your journey and I need this now, we can do that for you. Yeah. And I will pass the information on. And I guess we'll put it in the comments or something.
Yes, we'll put it in the description. But still,
yeah,
shout out your IG, shout it out.
Put the tags out there. Put the tags out there.
SOLKEI 555 on Instagram and TikTok, I believe. I think that's where I am now, right? And the candle, we're gonna type that out, but it's IrieKei, JA, so it's IrieKei meaning good vibes because I'm Jamaican, if you can't tell by now. So over to Bob Marley with the Irie, good, and the keys coming from KI, good energy, means energy or vibes, but it's also play on the word IrieKei, meaning because we hold the space for attunement to Reiki, and the candles themselves do that. Because we can't physically be there, but the hope is that with the candles we can reach those who we need to. Exactly. It's like a Reiki in a jar, basically.
Yes,
That's exactly what it is.
Oh, and yes, we can attest to it. The candles are phenomenal.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Let's go!
Let's go!
So again, we thank you for coming in and sharing time with us.
Anytime you guys need me, anytime.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just
here.
I'm just waiting to be called, okay?
So again, we thank you.
We thank guys. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
I love this part, like the early stages. This is my thing. Just on a side, even on YouTube, I watch a lot of up and coming. And then when they make it, I'm like, oh, good for you. And then I try to find somebody else.
No, but don't stop engaging when we make it.
Right?
Yeah, but it helps me when I do it because it's reminding me to come on, girl.
To keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
I love watching the journey, like when they don't know what's going to happen, when they're worried, when they're, oh my gosh, guys, it's maybe my last video because,
Yeah, that's true.
They make it. Yeah, I love that part. So thank you for having me here.
Of course, thank you.
Yes, we loved it.
You helping us out in the journey as we help each other, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Right. So again, we thank everybody for the time, for listening.
Thank you so much too. Thank you for being here.
Yes, for the participation. Again, I thank everybody for the comments, the likes, subscribes. What else they do? The bell, all that.
Yes, hit that notification bell.
All that.
Big up Sansi anywhere she there.
All that.
San, big you up. Okay, I told her I was gonna do this. She knows it's an inside thing.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, because I always told her I'd be on a talk show.
Oh.
And I would talk about her.
we gonna have to get her too, though.
Oh yeah.
We definitely gonna have to get her.
Because she's a mom now, right?
Of course.
So that has its own lessons. So I said, if I ever stick my head out first, girl, it doesn't matter. We're both here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you're hearing my voice, but San, she's my sister. We work together and 100%. We do amazing work together. She's listening to. Comment below, San. Tell us how you feel. Okay?
Yes.
All right, Chloe.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Thank y'all again. Much love, everybody. And we will catch y'all on the next episode of the Awakening Room podcast.
Yes. Love is love always.
All right.